Hey guys, welcome to the final week of the SEHS Algebra Enrichment program. It's been an awesome year so far. I know this is a little bit different than what we would normally do, but I feel like it's been going great. Your guys' responses and projects that you guys have been sending me has been awesome. I'll make sure that I compile all those together from things that you've done throughout the year and send them out, not just so you can see what you've done, but what the rest of the class has done as well. So if you guys need anything or ever have any questions on anything, also know that you can always send me an email and I'm here to help out. But for this last week, what we're going to be going through is quadratics. Specifically with quadratics, we're going to be looking at the graphs of them, parabolas, we're going to be looking at the vertex, we're going to be looking at the roots, the y-intercept, a whole bunch of different things, and kind of comparing it and looking at how we looked at it in terms of a line, but turning it into a parabola, and where you can use these in the real world. I'm sure if you look around your house, probably got a couple parabolas within your house, just made a bunch of different things that you can look into. So I'm going to go through what we're going to be looking at throughout this week. So Monday we're going to be looking at using the Desmos tool to look at parabolas and what happens as we change certain values inside that equation. Tuesday and Thursday we're going to be doing these different things on our Google Hangout. Make sure you know that our Google Hangout will be on Tuesday and Thursday this week. Graphing the roots on Tuesday. We're going to be looking at finding a different parabola in your house on Wednesday. Thursday is going to be creating a certain presentation with your parabola, and there's going to be a competition that we're actually going to go through and do on Thursday that I'll mention a little bit more on there because we're going to be finishing it up on Friday, as well as a little presentation or project that you're going to finish up that deals with parabolas and quadratic equation in the real world. So different things that you're going to be using this week. You're going to be using Google Hangouts, you're going to be using Desmos, different images, screenshots. You can use your video to help you find some pictures, and or using your phones, or just not specifically video, it could also be pictures. And then some people who want to do certain things with the competition might actually be using YouTube a little bit as well too. So looking at the content that we're going to be talking about, I already kind of mentioned this a little bit, but here's some pictures of where you see some parabolas, some roots, vertex, graphing, all within the real world. A lot of things are made up of parabolas. Parabolas is just the shape, it either opens up or it opens down, like a bunch of different arches and towers, if you know some McDonald's arches or roller coasters, a bunch of different things that you can see are made with parabolas, and we're going to look at why they're being used so much. They're used a lot, especially if you're looking at something like velocity, acceleration, if you're looking into gravity, a whole bunch of different things, especially looking into the physics world. They use it a whole lot, and we're going to be talking about a lot of them this week. What else we're going to be looking into today a little bit is deals with quadratics and their graphs, which is what we call parabolas. A parabola is that graph that we just kind of looked at and talked about. And we're going to look at the equation specifically today of a quadratic and understand why does a quadratic take its shape. And then I'm going to go through, do a quick look at Desmos and how we can find and create our own parabolas. And then your guys' job tonight is going to be to explore it a little bit more and figure out how you can go through and change the equation around to figure out what the parabola actually looks like. And I'll talk a little bit about that more once I get there. So to start, what is a quadratic? Well, we've dealt with these different lines. Okay? These different lines that deal with y equals mx plus b, well, we have specific reasons as to why these different values are in this equation. Well, with the parabola, our equation is y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. A, B, and C are all different values that we're going to be exploring a little bit today. But the big difference with this is we have this squared button, which is why we call it a quadratic. So this squared value, this x squared, changes the graph and makes it look like U, or if you flip it, like an upside down N, or however you want to kind of look at that. But we have that squared value in there, and remember A, B, and C are all just certain values. So it could be positive numbers, negative numbers, zeros, a whole bunch of things that we can do to create these different parabolas. Well, what is this equation? What is this ax squared plus bx plus c? Well, we're going to compare it. Look at y equals mx plus b. That's a line. This m and b meant two different things. The m meant slope, and the y meant y-intercept. So that means that the a, b, and c values here are also going to mean certain things. And you'll notice the c means something that's really familiar to us, and the a and b are going to do certain things as well to the graph. That's going to be your guys' job tonight. You're going to figure out what happens with a, b, and c. And you're going to do that by looking into Desmos. And I'm going to show you a couple different things and how to plug certain things into Desmos in just a second. But what I'm going to have you do is you have access to these slides, or specifically this slide, and I will put this link in your email. And this email, or this link will actually take you to the Desmos site that I'll show you in a second. That will have you plug in different quadratics and things and play with some sliders to figure out what happens to those A, B, and C values. So I'll go to that real quick so you can see what that looks like. And so we have Desmos here, and what you're going to be doing is the function's already plugged in for you. What you're going to be doing is kind of playing around with these sliders, moving them left and right, and figuring out how does that change the parabola. Notice if I change it, or if I move this, say just the A value, the parabola is moving in certain ways, so depending on whatever value is plugged in. So I want you to kind of come prepared tomorrow during our Google meeting, and let me know what you think, or how you think the A, B, and C values actually change this function. So remember, our Google meeting tomorrow is at 7 o'clock. If you guys have any questions on anything, please feel free to send me an email. But I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7, and if you need anything, just let me know, and go Eagles. Have a great night. We'll see you later.